Oh, we're live. Yeah.
See? Mine's still on the play card screen. Mine hasn't started. Am I the only one?
I have black screen.
Yeah, it's not blank. I mean, I see the logo and everything, but it hasn't started.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, link has been updated. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we have a new link. Oh, gee. All right.
Yeah.
That's a last minute thing. That's not good. All right. Just while we're talking, just throw the YouTube link in all the chats so everybody can come. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, now I see it. Okay. That sucks. Anyway, all right. I guess we can begin. So, hi everybody. Welcome to Everscale Community Call number 93. Glad you can join us. We have a lot of really interesting stuff to share today. Particularly, there's a presentation from some of the Everscale startup competition winners, which I think we mentioned. Whoever doesn't have their microphone on mute, if you could mute, that'd be great. All right. Yeah, so we have some presentations from Everscale startup competition winners, which I'm personally looking forward to. That should be very interesting. We also have an update to the NFT Alliance proposal. That has gone through several rounds of scrutiny. So I think there will be some interesting things there. And we'll hear about all of it. So let me just first do what I usually do, which is sort of lay down the groundwork for the call. So unless you're, I don't know, tunneling your way out of prison or playing hide the salami, please turn your cameras on. Please save your questions until each presenter is finished. And please use the raise hand feature in Zoom to do so. That would be really appreciated. Let's not just shout things out. If you are watching us on YouTube, you can leave a comment in the thread and we will get to it at the end of the call. And just a friendly reminder, the call is conducted in English only. So let's go ahead and kick things off like we usually do with our beloved cherished network and technical updates. So Mitya, if you'd like to start, that'd be great.
No, we don't have technical updates because many of our team members are having difficulties in performing their duties currently, and both technically and morally. So that will definitely maybe like delay many things on the technical side. We're trying to work in this circumstances, but it is increasingly harder to do. We're trying to relocate as many people as possible from Russia to whenever we have Russian developers from Russia, and that is an ongoing effort both for EverX and KWPC as well. KWPC will relocate all its stuff from Russia in coming days. So that definitely causing some delays on many fronts. It's the same thing goes for Prevent the team, which I'm in constant contact with, which also are going to relocate their people out of Russia as soon as possible. And they will also having difficulties, of course, to perform right now. Apart from that, personally, I'm starting a project which is called Train to Tranai, or TNT for short. And that project will be about a fund, say a decentralized way to predict certain events that the community wants to happen. Such event can be, for example, that we all want some building to be built, and we're doing something in the prediction market when we say what date this building will be built on. Another way to use it, for example, if we have some politician we don't like, we can predict the date he's going out of office. And we can place a large bet on the date that it will happen. And if someone predicted correctly the date, which this politician, for example, has ended his duties, then this person who predicted it correctly is rewarded handsomely. For example, if we know when certain politician will finish his duty as a president of some country in a particular date, and he bet on this date, then in return, he can get, for example, $100 million. Thank you.
All right, is that all?
Yep.
All right, thank you very much, Mita. Sorry, I apologize. I spilled coffee on my mouse. That happens sometimes. All right, moving right along. If you remember, Michael Gord from GDA Capital has come on this call quite a few times. Thank you, Michael, if you're watching, and talked about the Everscale startup competition. I know it was called the Freeton Startup Competition, but obviously we rebranded some time ago. It's the Everscale Startup Competition now, and there were winners of that competition, and we have two of them with us today. The first is DrameBase, that's DrameBase, and the second is Convo Space. So first, we're going to welcome Alofe Filuso. I hope I'm not completely butchering your name, and if I am, I'm known for that, so I apologize. But DrameBase is basically Africa's first decentralized streaming media platform. So to an extent, the YouTube of Africa, if you will, which is pretty huge. I mean, I don't think I need to explain how cool that is. So I'm going to pass things off to you, Alofe. So please tell us about your project.
Hi, Ron.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Pleasure to meet you. Meet you.
Same there. All right, guys. Thank you so much for the opportunity. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to be on the hackathon, and of course, thank you for the opportunity you're giving to me to tell the community about our project. So yeah, like you said, Dreambase is Africa's first decentralized music streaming platform. We're trying to take music streaming from from the normal Web 2 to Web 3. The media and entertainment industry is like billions of dollar industry, and we're trying to see. And then of course, music streaming takes about 63% of that particular market share, and we're trying to see how we can actually use blockchain, to make things better in that particular industry. So what exactly is Dreambase? Dreambase is a major streaming platform. You can stream your music there as an artist, you can stream your video there as an artist, and of course, you can even mint your contents as NFTs. That's like our end goal. You can mint your contents as NFT on the platform. What are the major things that we're trying to solve? We're trying to solve the problem of transparency. We're trying to solve the problem of copyright infringement. Of course, using IPFS, you all know that there will be no issue with copyright, because one of the things we noticed on traditional streaming platform is the fact that artists lose a lot of revenues from copyright infringement. When a particular content is posted on YouTube, some guy just takes it, downloads it, takes it to his site, and then brings traffic to his own site. And of course, the artist that actually use this money to produce the music is going to be losing a lot from those copyright issues. And of course, transparency issue. Artists don't know how much they are earning. They just get credited a particular amount. I think the way YouTube or does it by a particular number of stream. You get this particular amount, and then possibly say they pay them probably monthly, at a particular period. But then we're trying to solve that issue because some of them don't even know exactly how much they're earning from their music. So that's one of the problems Dreambase intends to solve. Of course, using smart contracts, everything is transparent. You can check how much is being debited from the customers, and of course, how much is going to the platform, how much is going straight to your own personal wallet. That's one of the issues we're trying to solve. And of course, there wouldn't be no payment at the end of the month. The smart contract executed as such that as it's deducting tokens from the customers, it's paying the artist immediately. And of course, there will be some extra features that would be added to make it different from any traditional streaming platform. Music listeners of video, people that are streaming videos, they can earn by listening to music. You can come up with a very cool playlist, and then for people using that particular playlist, the more users of that particular playlist, the more you can actually get to earn something. So I'm very sure it's a feature. It's one of the features we found out from feedbacks that most of our users would get to like, because they get to just earn by listening to music. And of course, one of the other features we'll be introducing is the fact that artists will be able to get funded by their listeners. Take, for instance, some artists out there actually do not have the funds to pull out some music. I'm coming to upcoming artists now. They have the opportunity to be funded by their listeners. The listeners can crowdfund a particular project, a particular album, a particular single, just to support their favorite artists. And of course, the smart contracts can also be arranged in such a way that people that invest in a particular artist can get returns when the music gets to be streamed. It depends on what the fans want. It depends on what the artist wants. If the artist wants to be crowdfunded just because it's their favorite artist, that works. And of course, if he wants it as a sort of investment where the listener gets to get back, it can also work in a particular way. So that's more like what Dreambase is all about. We are just making music streaming, content streaming decentralized, basically. I don't know if I need to share like a user interface of the app. Is that necessary?
If you'd like to, you can certainly go ahead. If you'd like to share your screen, yeah, absolutely, no problem.
Do that. You can visit our website, DrameBase.com, DRAME-base.com. You can download our white paper to read through. And of course, if you do have any suggestions, please don't hesitate to send us a mail. Of course, we're making it decentralized, so of course your inputs would be very important. If there's a feature you like on a platform like that, we start from Africa to go global. We don't intend to limit to Africa, but since it's a market that requires you actually getting direct contact with the artist, that's why we intend to start from the space you're familiar with. Can you see my screen now?
Let's see. Yep, we can. We're seeing.
All right,
we see you.
All right, thank
there
you.
it is.
Do you see my screen now?
We do.
All right, so it's going to be something like this. This is when you download the app. Of course, you have a welcome page of. Move forward. You can either sign up as a listener or you can sign up as an artist. So I'm going to be signing in as a listener for this demo. So you put in your username, your password, your date of birth, your country, of course, so that we can give you content that are particular to your area. You can sign up, you get a confirmation, continue, log in again. And you can, of course, will be integrating other APIs if you want to use your Google or your Facebook to log in. You select the kind of music you think you'd like to listen to: jazz, reggae, soul, gospel, R&B. And of course, you select your favorite artist. Artists you want their content to pop more on your page and all of that. You can go next. And of course, like I said, you'll be setting up a wallet. Put in your mail, your password, set up your wallet, or mostly your username. You have your wallet, so you can see your wallet balance, know how much token you still have left. when you make a particular subscription or you make a particular donation, then you can get to your home. We have the video section, we have the music section, we have the literature section. We will have people, artists or content creators who mint their short stories, poems as NFTs, and of course we have the more graphical ones, the graphic pictures as NFTs. You can check your settings, your username, your password, should in case you need to change any of that. Wallet to check your balance. And then one of the features that we'll be bringing again is more like a community. For a particular music, for a particular album, an artist or a listener could decide to create a group chat where people can come to interact and discuss, like topics, like interest. So we'll be having sort of like a group chat, community group chat for music, for a particular music video, not just a general random comment session. And of course, just is more like your library and all of that. So that's more like what the interface is going to be looking at. I'm going to be showing you what the interface will be looking at if you're logging in as an artist. So signing up as an artist, when you have normal login details, country, and all of that. Get your account, continue, you log in back into your account. You select the kind of music people should be expecting from you. And of course, age rating, you need to select so that we could, limit the kind of content some people would be, that listeners should be seeing. Of course, when you're registering as a listener, you'll be putting your age so that not just any content will be flying around young people's pages, and then you put your Instagram page, your Twitter page, your social media pages. That's for the artist so that you can connect. Of course, you create your wallet where you'll be getting your returns. You come to your home, you can see the things you've uploaded. This is more like a upload button for the artist. Your albums, your singles, wallet, community too. And of course, you have a dashboard where you'll be seeing how your music or your album is doing. You'll be seeing, okay, which album is generating more money, which music is generating more money, and then all of that. So that is what Dreambase is all about. I'll stop sharing my screen this moment. So I'll be open to answer any questions you might have. I don't know if that will be now, right? Or that will be later.
Alofa, thank you so much. That's fantastic. You guys are doing an excellent job. Very interesting. Does anybody have a question?
I would love to ask Ron, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Thank you very much. This is great. This is amazing. And I'm particularly excited that you're from Africa, because we have a passionate community in Africa of about 500 people, judging by the chat. They did a couple of hackathons, and they're now working on NFT marketplace based on Everscale, which is they're presenting next Tuesday, and it's about to be released maybe 4 weeks from now. Question: I saw on your website that you guys do NFT minting as well. So that's Ethereum based, or what do you do around NFTs? If you could elaborate on that a little bit.
I did not get the last.
Yes. If you could just elaborate a little bit on your NFT functionality, non-fungible tokens. What can be done with NFTs on your platform? Because I saw it on the website that you have NFT minting.
Okay. That's more like the end goal of this. So for now, we'll be starting with music and videos, streaming. But of course, some persons would like to share their content when it comes to art too. So that is where NFT comes in. And when it comes to music too, aside from wanting people to stream, we've had case where I think recently a particular artist minted music to about 10,000 copies of music just to sell it as NFTs. So in situations where the artist does not want to stream, he just wants to sell the music, so like more like an exclusive bond, Dreambase is going to be making that possible. I'm not sure, did I answer, Alexander?
Yep, yeah, you did. There might be synergies with the marketplace initiative of the African community. So we might, I know, Ron, if you could maybe link up with John just to explore synergies. Or
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. There are some other projects, Alofa, that are actually underway, NFT projects that would that I think could partner and do some really good things with this. The idea that you have is wonderful, but we could probably there's some value adds that we can bring that would make sense. So we'll talk offline again, and I'll sort of tell you a few of those projects. So I think it's wonderful. Okay, Alofa, thank you very much. If there's no more questions, let's go to our next startup competition winner. His name's Anudit Nagar. Again, I'm sorry, I'm famous for butchering names, but Anudit is from Convo Space. Convo Space it's basically a decentralized conversation layer, social conversation layer for mobile apps, for websites, for NFTs, for wallets, for blogs. I mean, it's really, really cool. So Anudit, if you'd like, please tell us a little more.
Absolutely. Hey, everyone. Thanks a lot for the wonderful introduction, Ron. And I'm Anudit Nagar, and we're currently building out the Convo.
Oops, is it me? Or,
as Ron already said, Convo Space is aimed to be this decentralized conversation layer. I think it's just me. I think this should be better. So Convo Space is geared towards being this decentralized conversation layer with which you can interact on any website from anywhere you are in a completely decentralized manner. The thinking behind that is just the fact that, let's say if you just, whatever I present to you in the next 10 minutes or so is like so amazing that you can't contain yourself, you just want to shout it out to the world. How would you go about doing that? Well, you're going to have to leave this meeting and switch to a different application, whatever way you decide. And that's where the kind of gap that we have in terms of where we see content and where we actually share it. And with Convo Space, we're trying to break down those barriers and allowing anyone to build on top of it. I mean, the only reason why like Uniswap and MakerDAO are such big projects is the fact that they open up all of that financial liquidity for anyone to be able to build on top of it. But the liquidity for social platforms are really the conversations that are happening on those platforms. So if we can make those conversations composable across the web, they just open this whole new host of composability for like social layers into any application. So that's what we're building out. Let me just share my screen and we can dive right into more. I hope my screen's visible. And the core idea is just that leave a message on wherever you are. Just a single line of code to spin up a conversation around really any element of the web. Instantly send it to wherever you are. But let's say if you just moved away from your computer and just have like Telegram on your phone, and you want to tap into that same conversation, you can just switch back to that, leave a message over there saying, "Hey, Everscale." Send that message, and Convo Space will automatically sync up all of those conversations and interactions. So wherever you are, as soon as you're back to the computer, you'll get that same message on that same dApp on whatever blockchain you're on, all decentralized and all powered by Convo Space. So that you don't really have to juggle multiple different social platforms. Wherever you are, Convo Space is just an easy way of being able to communicate with your team. But at the same time, through whatever blockchain you ride on, whether it might be Freeton, Everscale, or connected to even just Ethereum, you can just log in with your wallet and be able to view all your messages across the web in a single place, whatever kinds of threads they might be able to manage like your identity and reputation data across the ecosystem. But the cool part about just being able to own your data is the fact that you can just go back to the data section, download all your data, tokenize it, but also just delete it from every single interface and really just go anonymous within a click of a button. That's the kind of power that we want to give developers and platforms to be able to just have a social layer with which you can like anchor a conversation to an NFT so that wherever the NFT goes, conversations around those artworks for artists can move along the web. You can tie it to a blog, you can tie it to an NFT, really anything that is uniquely identifiable on the web. And all you really need is grabbing an API key from the platform and you're good to go. That's just a quick TLDR of what we're building out at Convo Space. love to get your thoughts on it. Thanks a lot.
Oh, thank you. That was an excellent presentation. Does anybody have a question for Anudit? By the way, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yep, you got it. Another.
Oh, okay, good. That's a first. That's really cool. How far along are you? Is everything already working? Is it already
Yep,
launched?
it's already live. People can get started working right now as of this moment. And so it's been very cool sort of integrating even with Everscale and Freeton. And we just had awesome fun during the hackathon.
Fantastic. That's great. Well, I don't see any hands raised. So
yeah, I do have a question.
Okay, raise your hand.
I don't see where I can connect the Everscale.
It's Freeton.
Oh, Freeton. Yeah, okay. I didn't rename it.
Changed the name yet. Yeah.
Yeah. I talked to Michael and everybody. It'll be, they'll change it.
No worries.
Was that it, Nita?
Yep.
All right. Okay, Anudit, thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Let's
absolutely glad to come back every week if you can. Let's go to our next presenter. We're going to welcome back Marina from IT Gold. I think everybody remembers Marina. Since the last time, as I mentioned earlier, we had the presentation for the NFT Alliance proposal. It's been through a fine-tooth comb, including by some of the people on this call. So there are updates, and I think we'd love to know what they are. Marina, if you're ready, we'd love to hear.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Marina.
Hi, I will now briefly go through the updates of the NFT Alliance. And firstly, I should say that one of the main goals of the Alliance, NFT standardization, is almost achieved. We expect it to be voted in the nearest 10 days, and the code, of course, will be available to everybody in the GitHub repository. Some changes also have also occurred the composition of the Alliance members. To this moment, members of Alliance are Grand Bazaar, EverX with Just NFT.com, Tonium with Nefertiti.io, ScalePunks.com from Svoidev, and Most Expensive.io. There are several associated members of Alliance. If I can say so, these are NFTwiki.org, Tonloot, NFT Third Place, and Numis. And Broxis and ID Gold.io stay as technology partners of NFT Alliance. Then, considering the proposal itself, several significant developments have been done. And the first is that we've set up the concrete KPI metrics for the marketing activities, which at the end of 2022 should cover more than 12 million users of the target audience, attract 130,000 new users accounts in the network, and attract or generate maybe 1.65 million new transactions. We've also determined.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Is it possible, Alofit, to mute your microphone?
Yeah. Is the sound okay? Can you hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you fine. You're great.
Well, okay, good. Well, we've also determined the KPIs for achieving a certain number of active NFT Everscale community users in social media accounts like Twitter, Discord, and Telegram, of course. Considering the creators program that been presented in the first version of proposal, it has been developed to what we call creators fund, which relates to purchasing the rights and the copyrights and audience from the epic creators who really have their contact and audience, tokenization of this content, and further sale off of their content in the form of NFT. To achieve these tasks, we plan to establish this creators fund with stablecoin as assets, which will be invested in such creators' rights. And to support such investments and prove participants' interest, we propose to support investors' fiat with 100% match in Evers, locked by existing network staking mechanisms for a significant with a significant lock period for 2 or 3 years, something like that. And the alliance itself will collect the margin from the sale of these NFTs, of which will be then returned and turned into alliance marketing activities. Well, farming program presented earlier was also updated and reformed into liquidity program, which means that to attract investors to actively participate in the NFT market. And we propose to support major NFT projects based on Everscale with an additional liquidity for their own TIP3 tokens listed on Everscale DEX like TonSwap or Flex. And the program will match with documented and confirmable revenue of NFTs collections, public sale price, and if I can say so, the amount of this token ever pair liquidity report will be based on the project's tokenomics. So yes, these are the major updates that we can present now. That is maybe all. If someone has questions, I will try to answer gladly. Thank you.
Thank you, Marina. Thank you very much. I don't see hands raised, but does anybody have a question? Well, those are major updates, and I hope I know I know Mita, you've gone through this. I know some of the folks, Vlad, you've gone through this, and I think now it's looking like at least in an informal method, a certain consensus has been reached, and I think everybody should be happy with it. We'd love to see the final version, of course, on the forum, anywhere else you could put it. And I think, yeah, I mean, sounds like it's much better than the original. So yeah.
Thanks. Hope.
Good. Yes. Right, Marina, thank you very much. Thank you for your presentation. Let's move on to our final segment. We're making really good time, which I'm very happy about. So it's our closing segment. All right, hang on. I always do this. I got to stop doing it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Ben, his lickety split lip with a hipster's pip. Ben?
that's very pippy.
I wanted to make it Englishy. So
very blighty, very, very blighty, mate.
Yes.
So a few things for you this week. Obviously, there's been a lot going on, so I think there's been a few I could have mentioned, but these are the top ones from this week. FIDE, I don't know if it's been noticed, but FIDE, the International Chess Federation, have actually started quite a big campaign of advertising Everscale. We're in the background of all their tournaments and a lot of stuff going on there now. So that's definitely good news. That'll increase visibility. The Hacker Noob Decentralized Internet Rising Contest. We had another month full of winners. I believe one of the winners this month came from within the community. It was a really good article as well, to be honest. So hats off to you, sir. Again, always worth checking out. Lots of very cool stuff goes on through there. Not seen Nutsab for a while, so hopefully we'll try and get him back on, I imagine, one of the weeks soon to update us. The chess NFT tournament happened on Sunday, and it was good fun. There was a good couple of dozen people turned up. There was a chess grandmaster. I didn't get a chance to play the chess grandmaster myself, but yeah, I did beat a couple of you. I know who you are. Got beat by a couple of you too, so all's fair. But I'm really looking forward to the next one. That was a lot of fun. So again, well done to the chessnft.com team and all that. And finally, as we mentioned at the top of the call before we went live on YouTube, never mind the shit going, Jay, we did episode 2 last night. It was a lot of fun. We had Amy Tom from Hacker Noon. Dion jumped off the scorekeeping to the panel. So yeah, it was a bit competitive. Yeah, lots of fun. So I'm going to try and edit that and get a good quick turnaround on it and get some sort of a teaser out for you tonight, maybe early tomorrow. And that's my bits for this week. Thank you very much, everyone.
And juicy as they were. Thank you very much. Lickety split lip. That's exactly. I'm going to call you that. That's going to be your nickname. Lickety split lip. Thank you, Ben. Let's see. We don't have any questions from YouTube, but I think that's probably because we had a little bit of a slip up at the beginning. YouTube was giving us a little bit of problems, and we had to send everybody a new link. So normally we would have a bunch, but today we don't. And because of it, we're making great time. But we do have a question that was written in. And Pavel, I believe this one is for you. Somebody's asking, I'd be happy for some kind of an explanation about the proposal that passed to support fair playing validators. What's the problem? What's been decided, and how does it solve the problem? Pavel, you're with us. Pavel left. No, Pavel's here. Pavel, we can't hear you. Microphone's on, but we can't hear you. All right, let me take a stab at it then. So essentially, what happened was it was identified that there were some very specific validators, and I'm not going to name them because that's not what we do here, that colluded in a way where they owned all of the access to the D pools of validators that were not them, basically. So essentially, they centralized their validation, and they did so with malicious intent in mind. And that intent was to use the rewards that they receive so that they can turn around and dump it on the open market and sell them and, in effect, depress the price. So for a lot of you who've been asking questions, hold on, Pavel. Yeah, I hear you well. We can't hear you, unfortunately. Or is it just me? That's a possibility.
No, Ron, nobody hears Pavel. Maybe those validators hacked Pavel's microphone. Of course. But you said it, man.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. I mean,
so yeah, so they colluded.
Sort of collusion. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a collusion. You can call it an attack, or you can call it just being assholes. But whichever you call it, they basically owned a bunch of validators' ability to validate, and they used it against the network because they're assholes. That's what assholes do. So what this does is it creates a reward system, a staking reward system for those who are not them. And in doing so, it will essentially keep those particular validators who are not going to get any part of that reward from being able to validate. Simple solution. And of course, over time, all of those staking rewards, they come back into the system. They're returned over a period of time, and problem solved, hopefully. So that's the idea behind it. I don't know if you have another question. If you do, you can probably send it to the validators chat. You can send it to any community chat. We'll try and answer, or you can send it directly to me. I'll get you an answer to them. Anything to add, Alex, anybody? I think I
I
sort
think
of
you said it well, Ron. I think we'll have a healthy network as a result of this. As simple as this.
Yeah. Holy cow, we have set a new Everscale record. We have finished in 45 minutes. I do believe this is the fastest call we've ever had. And the content involved was super awesome by everybody who joined. Thank you so much for doing it. Last call for anything, comments, questions? Yes, no, maybe so, maybe rain, maybe snow. Alex?
Yeah, maybe just another quick update from me. The EverX finalized a while ago, actually, integration with the Chinese BSN blockchain network, but it was just announced basically today. It's on Twitter, so please feel free to retweet. I'm gonna put it in the chats, I guess. And also the Chinese community of Everscale made a decision to support the Chinese NFT standard called DDC, if I'm not mistaken. So they're basically going ahead and doing this. So very soon, besides integration at the blockchain level, we'll also integrate with the NFT standard, which I think opens up a lot of opportunities in the obviously large segment where also those NFTs are going to be treated separately from the Chinese crypto legislation, being fully legitimate. So I thought that was good news to share since it was formally announced today.
Thank you. And actually, I wanted to ask you, you made a comment yesterday on one of the one of the chats about the community, and I think a lot of people were confused about exactly what it was. Maybe just 1 minute about what exactly you were trying to convey.
Sure. Look, it was a little bit of misunderstanding. I shouldn't have copy pasted the chat. So basically, there is, believe it or not, there is an international community of auditors, internal auditors, risk managers, etc. Like, I don't know, 5,000 people, something like that, who decided to launch their own token called Risk. I don't like the name, but that's a whole separate subject. And they did on Everscale. And basically, they want to utilize the token as part of their governance mechanics, etc., etc. So that's what they did. And I was in the chat where they announced that they're closing the chat and moving to a more technologically advanced platform, and also announced the token. And to be honest, I just didn't notice that paragraph about deleting the chat. So when I copy pasted that, the community thought that I was suggesting to delete our whole community chat. And I'm thankful how humble people are, because they said, okay, fine, bad luck, is it going to be at least, archived? And I was like, what does he mean? What the hell is going on? So the bottom line is never copy paste the thing, or if you do, kind of read it twice and then delete what's obviously not relevant or potentially misleading, which is something which I haven't done. It was midnight, so yeah. So let's call it fun.
Sorry for putting you on the spot.
No problem.
All right, so that clears that up.
Yeah.
Good.
But the good news is that did you hear what I said? The community of internal auditors and risk managers in international, European, I believe, will have their own token. And we'll play with some governance mechanics with our own token. I think token is totally liquid, so don't take it as an investment advice for sure. It's worth nothing and might not worth anything. But for me, it was more important that we got that community attention, and they're thinking about blockchain as part of their governance.
Awesome.
That was the message that I was supposed to share last night.
Awesome. Well, you shared it now, and I think that pretty much lays everything, any contradictions to us. Thank you, Alex. All right. Look, everybody, thank you for coming. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. I know geopolitically there's a lot of stuff going on. Let's just remember, we aren't politicians. We don't divide. We unite. That is what we do. So just keep on chugging, keep on working, and let's make Everscale change everything. Just like my LinkedIn page says, we're here to change everything. We're not here to divide people. So love you all. See you next week. Please come, and please tell others who want to say something on this call to come as well. Cheers.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Yes.
Thanks. Bye.